Well, let's see how long it takes us to make this video, because it's way past my bedtime. But I wanted to finish it, because that's what I do. So we have two Reconstitution sets from the November 2023 lot. We have the FX Star Patroller, obviously, and we have the Modular Space Transport. I did reviews on both of these, so I won't waste too much time talking about them again. I'll talk about a few things. First of all, we'll talk about the Modular Space Transport. Was never, ever, ever one of my favorite sets. This guy, I did not buy it new off the store shelf. I didn't want to. I really didn't. When I did the review on it, I can't remember what I said about it. I don't mind it now. It does still come apart. I have some problems. The 1x4 fence lattice. I mean, this is supposed to be a sealed cockpit, but then again, there's a hole there. We went into major discussions back in the day about the airiness, the voidness of these cockpits. This back piece, cute little thing, whatever it is, sure. No complaints really too much. The centerpiece, just to hold the other two pieces, kind of uninspired. The one thing I was really, what I noted is that they still used these tires. Like, you would have thought that these tires would have been discontinued by this set, but they used them. And the 2x2 brick with tire. Other sets did the same thing, except they did it much better, much cleaner, much more efficient. I think I probably said that in my review. It's fine to have it. By the looks of it, it's not too shabby. It looks like it's floating underneath these hover pads, I guess. The pieces that were missing, obviously a 2x2 tile with arrow on it. I didn't have any, so I didn't bother. I just grabbed one out of my collection that sort of looks like it. Most of the pieces were here. I think I grabbed about 8 to 10 out of the collection. Honestly, right now I can't remember which ones I grabbed. I think I grabbed one arrow tile. I don't know. I can't remember. The one thing I did do is I replaced this window. This window frame is going into the bin of doom right now. That's from my friend Janie whenever I get to see her again, because the bin of doom is getting full again. I'm going to leave it together. I really am. Again, I reconstitute these sets and I leave them together, because sooner or later I'm going to do a big, huge layout, possibly. And I actually put minifigs in here, and the minifigs came from the lot. Now, these were the best minifigs. Most of the other minifigs got a little worse for wear. Some were really bad. Some, are missing their heads completely. The chin straps really busted, and as I said, the minifigs got the brunt of the punishment. Even this guy, he's just going to go straight into the bin of doom. So I didn't mind the set. I didn't mind rebuilding the set, reconstituting the set. And as I said, I grabbed maybe 10 pieces from my collection. Most of the pieces were in the lot, so that was okay. The busted window, it is what it is. The pieces themselves, very, very good condition, except for the minifigs. So in the end, the modular space transport, it's done. Now let's get on to the good set. This is my, I think, don't quote me, I think this is my third FX Star Patroller that I've got this year in these lots. I honestly can't complain about that. And again, when I did my review, I bugged Chris about it. I think this is one of his favorite sets. I like the set. I think the Gamma 5 did everything in the set better, almost. But I get the love. I honestly get the love. And I was rebuilding it today, or reconstituting it today from the lot that I just got. I was so happy when I started figuring out that this is one of the sets that was in here. And I was happy that most of the pieces were also here. I think this one got a better reconstitution than the previous one I made, because basically all the printed tiles were in here, and plates, and slopes. They were all in here. I think I had to grab one 2x2 with gray 2x2 with the the keypad pattern on it from my collection. It came with at least two. I think that, yeah, 1, 2, and 3 there. 2 came in. These 2 were there. These 2 were there. These 2 were there. These 2 were there. Like that was there. Most of the printed pieces were in the lot. Very, very happy about that. The trans pieces, I had to grab a few. The 2 trans blue radar dishes from the collection. Also, you can see right here, I was missing a rocket. Top rocket. I had to substitute black because I ran out of gray. Shocking. I know, shocking. I ran out of a color. So I substituted the black for now because that's what I had at my disposal really, really quickly. And I had to grab 3 of the 4 flexible hoses out of my collection. But other than that, and the critical piece for me is you'll see 1 trans yellow 1x1 brick there and 1 white brick there, because I do not have any more trans yellow 1x1 bricks in my collection, nor was there was only 1 in the lot. The 1x1 brick was studs on all 5 sides. 5 of the 6 sides for the head of the robot was missing out of the collection, so out of the lot. So I had to grab 1 from my collection. But this backpack thing was in the lot, and it's a really cool piece to have. I don't have too many of those. I think maybe a dozen dispersed throughout many things. Yeah, I'm very happy I reconstituted this one. And obviously, this one's also going to stay together. And again, the minifig came out of the collection, out of the lot. Faded face, but I don't care. Let's see. The back still opens up. The robot still goes inside. Let's see if he actually fits this time. Let's see if I turn it around. I think it's supposed to go backwards. Yeah, there it is. No, you're just supposed to go down. I always forget how to store this thing. I was listening to, there we go. Done. What was really impressive for me was the blue 1x2 slopes with this pattern on it. I thought I only had 1, but as I was going through building, taking the blue out to, out of the lot, I found the other one. So it had both blue 1x2 with this fancy little doohickeys on it, little picture on it. The one thing that I did notice is that the minifigs are very well played with, but the hinge plates are also well played with. These things are barely holding on with a wing and a prayer. You move them too much, they'll flop right off. So not too bad, but in the end, it would have been nicer. Although most of the bricks are holding firm. So like I said, this is very hard to open. It's just fine. But I found that these wing plates, the 4x4 and the 1x4 plate hinge, comes apart a little bit too easy for my liking. You can see the gap right there already. So, but if it's on display, who really cares? Again, the 1x4 brick with the arrow on it, also in the lot. Both of them are in the lot. Most of the pieces, the wing plates were all in there. As I said, I didn't have to pull too many pieces out of my collection at all. I built that guy first, and he takes 4 trans red antennas. I ran out of a trans red antenna. I only had 1 left in the lot, so I had to grab 1 from my collection. So I did grab a trans red antenna from my collection. But, maybe a half a dozen to 10 pieces I had to grab from my collection. And that's not too shabby for reconstituting a set. Now, the minifigs are the way they are. The really bad pieces are the way they are. I'm going to make a determination whether or not I'm going to reconstitute the minifigs and roll them into the collection, or just going to end up in the bin of doom. The other thing, and let me just get these up here, put these aside. Lots of pieces left. Lots of cool pieces left. But for spaciness, I do have, I'll dump out the light gray because this is where we're going to talk about that. I do know that there was some 3-digit sets in here. There are still some of these wing plates that are left over. So I don't know which, and this guy, it is, solid stud, but there are no printed, well, they are, oh, let's go and talk about the printed pieces for a sec. They are in this guy here. So the Beta 1 for sure, obviously, we talked about that, but hardly any pieces left of the Beta 1 in here. And so, I mean, this thing could have came from the Beta 1, that thing could have come from the Beta 1, that thing could have come from the Beta 1. But hardly any pieces left to reconstitute that set completely. I'd be pulling at least 80 to 85% of the pieces from my collection, although it has the important one. But it doesn't have the big window. So, and you got this guy. I was thinking it was a robot command center, the inverted 2x2 with the printed on it, but it turns out it's the Alpha 1 rocket base. So again, the Alpha 1 rocket base, 90% of the pieces are not here, but I do have a 6x8 trans yellow plate, which goes on the top of the rocket base. I have some 1x4 trans yellow bricks that go there. I have all the little, the blue tails in here, lots of little blue tails in here. Again, so that tells me that I can reconstitute the Alpha 1 rocket base, but I'd be pulling a lot of pieces. I also have the black 2x2 cone with closed stud, just like the gray one here with closed stud. So, I mean, the Alpha 1 rocket base is in here, but most of the pieces are missing. So, but it does have the taps, at least one of the taps. And I think it came with 2. I don't know if 2 are in here. I never bothered checking. It's got the turntable for the radar dish on top. It's got, I think, the little valves in here are all here. So maybe if I'm so, and it's got the gray turntable here. If I feel like it, I might reconstitute the Alpha 1 rocket base. But I would be having to pull my base plates. I would have to be pulling a lot of the hose, the rubber hose. There's absolutely the rubber hoses in this collection. It does have these guys. Oh, sorry, this guy, and it has a bunch of these guys. It does have a bunch of wheel wells in here. If I can find one really quick. Again, I got at least one more of those wing plates. Again, that's newer. It could have been anything. A lot of these left over in various colors. This guy's left over in various colors. A lot of, well, not too many wheel sets, but again, if we have the Alpha 1 rocket base, that would account for these wheel sets. So I don't know. The 3 sets that I've already reconstituted, I didn't have to pull too many parts from my collection. It looks like I'll be pulling a lot more parts if I wanted to reconstitute any other set in here. I did figure out, I think it's 711 universal set for these 4 tires, because there's a lot of red and yellow in this lot. I think it's 711. But I don't feel like reconstituting a universal set. I'd be wasting my time. So, well, we'll see about the rocket base, because as I'm looking, I keep on finding more and more pieces that are associated with the rocket base. And as I say, this is it for the printed pieces inside this thing. Sorry, I got a whole bunch more here. So I think I just might roll all this stuff into the collection. I do have this one here, and I was thinking bat racks, but there's hardly any black and or yellow that would warrant the bat racks. So that's a little disappointing. As I say, there's some 1x6, 2 1x4s, and a 1x2 trans yellow brick. Also, I did not at all use up any of my trans yellow antennas that are in this lot, and there's 10 of them. And that just, oh yeah, this is also why I think it's the 711, because I did look it up, because these things came in that set, and a lot of other pieces that I have in here, and I think even these came in that set, or the yellow ones I have in there. I can't remember, but I did look it up to see what sets that came in. But in the end, I'm happy I reconstituted the 3 sets that I did, and I'm gonna move all this stuff down here. Not too much left in the black. That's remotely interesting, really. Some really cool pieces, but not too many. The blue, lots of Technic pieces. Lots of Technic pieces. That should get that out of here. That goes in the other one. So I think for now I'm going to roll basically everything else into the collection, unless I feel like making the Alpha 1 rocket base. Definitely not going to do the Beta 1. I already have 3 or 4 copies that I already built. I don't think I need to build another one. But I have so many of these things in there, which is really nice because I was running low. so I replenished that supply. Old dark gray, fantastic. Well, not too many pieces in there. Red. This is what I think. Let me just look it up because I got I'm gonna go to Lugnet because this is where I go. Always lugnet.com. You guys can do your brick owls and whatever these new fangled websites are. I'm old school. I'm going to stay remaining old school. 711. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna hit the just on my phone. Go. Not news. It's a problem with having no keyboard and you're typing on the screen. It never wants to do it properly. I don't have a keyboard on my little pad here. Basic set. So maybe it wasn't the universal basic. No, definitely not. So it wasn't the 711, maybe 744. I apologize. I honestly thought that I looked it up last night before I went to bed, but it's a universal building set. Let's go back to Piron and type in 1x3x4 doors. Was I in doors? Here's me doing stuff on the fly. Door. And matching sets, no. Matching parts. I'm looking for 1x3x4 door 445, and then light old gray 722 universal building set. That's it. Okay. So sorry, not 711, 722. And I have I'm just scrolling through the and it came with the 1x4 gray brick with the vertical white stripes, or the vertical black stripes. So that's where those came from. I got some gray small doors, 1x1x3. I don't have the 2 red 1x3x2. I don't remember seeing those in here. So I didn't take a close look at the red. So, but, oh, sorry, it came with the yellow. It came with the yellow doors. Not the trans clear doors. It came with these doors. The 722 came with those doors. So there you go. So I'm quite confident there's a 722 in here, but who cares? It's basically a parts pack. It's a glorified parts pack. Figs. I think it came with figs. Let's look at the bottom here. No figs. So I don't have to reconstitute that set, but it looks like the majority of the set is here. I was hoping I would find most of the 8x4 supercar or little go-kart, but that's not in here at all. You just have a lot of Technic bits. This is, let's close that. This is always nice to have. I have so few of those now because most of them are built into other things. There we go. I'm going to clean this up and get off my desk while I'm on camera, just because I want this thing to last longer. And then I'm going to bed. Oops. It's on the floor. I like the carpet on the floor so pieces don't go like bouncing all over the place. I'm going to say that I'm going to miss this room when we move upstairs. Let's get these things off of here. Done. Back to this. There's that one. There's that one. And let me get this one. So not too shabby for $50 and all those extra pieces. Here's me always trying to balance these things out in the camera while I'm looking at the camera. I'm happy with it. It was a good lot. I'm glad I got it for $50. And forgetting the fact that I reconstituted D3 sets, I have a lot of wonderful pieces left for the collection, and um, it's mostly, quote unquote, mostly the older early 80s pieces. So that makes me extremely happy. So I think I'm going to put a wrap on this unless I get in a particular jaunty mood. But I really do have to clean up this Lego room. It's a complete and utter dump right now. I did a show yesterday. You won't see this until Wednesday or Thursday. But I did a show yesterday in Newmarket. It was wonderful. I was I had some trepidation going into it because I had no idea what to expect. But it was a wonderful venue. It was a gaming house basically with a little bit of a restaurant in it, and so you can go there and you can grab a table and you can grab whatever board games and or whatever we saw, like basically all the board games that people play. There was Ticket to Ride, there was Settlers, there was a whole bunch of newer ones that I haven't played yet, and so you could just get a table with your friends and play all night long. And they have a Dungeons and Dragons room, and they have like all these some arcade games in the basement. I loved it. It was really, really cool. I brought the moving art project, which is a little dismantled right now. It started getting a little temperamental towards the end of the show because it was running all day, even with the programming. So I have to figure out how to make that better. But people were impressed with it, so I'm gonna say it was definitely a win to have that there. So I'm happy I got to bring the moving art project to the first show it's been displayed at. I have a lot of takeaways to fix it, and I'm gonna spend some time doing that. But I loved it. And Sandy and I, we got there a little after lunch. It was supposed to quote unquote start at 1. For the displays, and a lot of the displays from Toro Lug. And while I was there was somebody selling stuff, and yeah, I got another one. So this is my third one. I'm probably gonna leave this one in the box for now. But it was there, and I said, it was a good price. It was actually cheaper than the second one I got off of the marketplace. So I like that idea. The first one, of course, was a gift with purchase, so I had to buy like Optimus Prime and something else because that didn't make it to the threshold of, I think it was $150 to buy one. But this one, new in box, was a lot cheaper, and so I bought it. And it's going to go probably with my other Galaxy Explorer over there that I haven't taken out of the box yet to build that one, so they're going to stay probably in the boxes. I already have 2 new 10497 Galaxy Explorers built, and the other 918 and 924, one of each. So I don't think I need to build anymore at this time. And even though I love the remakes of the Invader right there, and I love the remake of the 497 Galaxy Explorer. It's what they are some of my favorite sets that Lego's put out in the past decade. My only issue for me, and it's just a thing because I adore the sets, they are just too big for the layout. They are just, I mean, I had this talk with my friend Ian when we did Chicago back in 2010 about the scale of the layout itself, that layout right over there. It was meant for classic space sets on that scale of classic space sets. Like even dropping like the M-Tron Megacore magnetizer on it, it would just be too big. Or the Explorian's mothership, it would just be too big. It would take up 2 to 3 base plates, and that's not the scale of original classic space. Classic space original, the vehicles were 4 wide. That's why this guy's not even in the layout, and this guy could be in the layout. I just don't bother bringing him. I wanted to stick to the original blue, gray, trans yellow ships and the light gray 4 wide vehicles overall for the layout, and I'm happy I did. It keeps it to scale, so there's nothing untowards or huge taking up space. I don't mind cluttering up the space with smaller sets, but again, I keep on talking about this. The layout itself, I don't want to completely pack with details everywhere. I want there to be space for space, because that's what, Space 1999. It wasn't compressed with a lot of stuff laying around. That's the kind of the space station. Like, it wasn't my favorite science fiction show, but I did watch all of them, and I did like it. But the one thing I did appreciate it did look like it was legitimately a space base on the moon, or well, that was on the moon, but it looked like it could have been anywhere on any planetoid. And it didn't have a lot of like tons of greebles and tons of stuff packed in. It was very spacious, very open, very buildings were far apart. So that's what I appreciated. Anyway, that's far too many tangents for a night like this. I'm going to wrap this up. I want everybody out there to stay safe. Take care. I will talk to you soon. If I come back with the Alpha 1 rocket base, don't be surprised. But also, if I don't come back with not the Alpha 1 rocket base, don't be surprised by that either. I don't know which way I'm coming down on this yet. And time will tell, and we'll both find out when we both find out. You guys all stay safe. Talk to you soon.